Jobin, thanks for sitting down with me again. Earlier we spoke about your company's inkjet journey, your path to making a decision for the Screen 520 HD. And you talked about how that inkjet has changed your business, how it replaced a fleet of toner machines, it reduced your production time, and then gave you back increased capacity as well. And you talked about how the efforts to move the inkjet and then those additional freed up resources really gave you the ability to work on new applications, which led to an opportunity to really create a new business. Today I wanted to talk to you about that new business.
Sure. So yeah, we ended up with our press time. We got a 75% increase in efficiencies, a 75% decrease in labor. All of that frees up resources in a company. And you get to do a lot of different things. You can either pocket that money or you can start pushing that towards research and development. We'd already started a lot of programmatic approaches to just making our workflow better, just doing variable in general, especially when we had 22 machines. We had to try to find efficiencies wherever we could. So moving to the HD and getting that efficiency, our CEO made the decision, it's like, look, there's a lot of things about variable that are difficult. We think we can make it easier. And so we started backing into this idea of an application that would make variable marketing simple and bring it down to just an easy to do state. There's a lot of software out there that does different aspects of it, but we really focused on just trying to make the overall process easy.
And as I understand it, and as I've learned about it this week, it's much more than just a design tool to create variable pieces. If I'm a customer and I bring my customer list, my loyalty list, you have the ability to take that list and map it on a geography and identify additional prospects that match my existing customer's profile.
Right. Yeah, so in variable marketing, the creative is the part that gets a lot of the attention, making that creative variable. But there's so much more that goes into it. The marketing insights that you want to have to determine what that creative should be. And so that's a big part of what we do. We bring that third-party data in, that demographic data in, and allow clients to bring in a customer list. I can profile that customer list as to where those customers are, creating something that we call a custom trade zone that's specifically where their customers and most likely their future prospects will be. We apply demographics to that to see what the top demographics, what their customers look like so that we can go find others that look like them. And we give the ability to draw a tight polygon or shape around that so that we're not bound by these imaginary borders that have been a direct mail issue of something like zip code borders or zones or something to that effect. We get to narrow it down specifically to where the customers are coming for this one client and allow them to have that custom trade zone to market to.
And the tool that I've seen is such that it's a web interface that really anybody who's familiar with a laptop can use. So not only can your customer begin to draw and create their own direct mail campaigns, but their customers. So the brand owner who really knows what they're trying to do around individual stores or a group of stores, they can actually use the tool to build direct mail campaigns. And now you've got a printer who's really set up a relationship with the client. They're tied to them, and they're starting to really drive print.
Yes. So a big word for the past decade plus, web to print. The idea of web to print. So we have built this application that is a browser-based application, so you can do it from any computer. We take iPads on site with clients and function just right off an iPad, drawing the polygons, the entire process from that. So we make it very mobile, very scalable in that sense. But yeah, we're giving them the ability to allow their clients, so the clients of their clients who know their marketing strategy better than most others do, give them the ability to do it and make it easy. And so what we've seen is clients bring on the application, they'll subscribe so that they can have access to all of it. And people that are currently printing for clients can now go back and see those clients are spending that money somewhere. They're in variable print. If they're not, they should be. And so if they are needing that in their business, they might as well come to the company that they've already got relationships with.
And I know that you've executed these campaigns yourself as well. I think what's really exciting then is to talk about what this variability and personalization and psychodemographic analysis does to the uplift of the piece. Maybe you could talk a little bit about what you see between a static piece and a variable piece and that uplift.
Sure. So one of the things we're showing printing this piece here that shows how some of those demographics relate to these 5 different businesses, and there's a lot of things that can go into this. Presence of children, the age of those children, income, and things like that, right? And all of those things make for a great variable marketing campaign. But when we talk about uplift, we've brought that down to just some of the simplest forms, as you were kind of mentioning and alluding to, is that the difference between a static piece and a piece that just simply has a name call out and then an age and ethnicity based image that's a nice looking image that's on that piece, with everything else being static and only changing these things out as variables. True A/B testing, we've seen anywhere from 57 to 60% increase in response.
So you immediately have the return on investment, that marketing return on investment that brand owners are looking for to help justify these kind of direct mail campaigns.
Right, and that's another way we help our clients stay simple. We don't do variable for the sake of variable. We're not just changing it out because we can. We help them find the reasons that they should change it out, and having all those marketing analytics in the same place where you were walking through and developing that one audience. We use this catchphrase: if you can answer these 3 questions enough times, I can create as variable of a campaign as you would like to do. And that is, where are they? Just the geography. Who are they? What's their demographics? What do they look like? Who are you trying to reach? And then what do you want to say to them? If you can answer that, you've created an audience and the message that should be to that audience. And then what we give them the ability to do is just keep answering that set of questions enough times until they've reached all the audiences they want to reach.
Right. And I know from this week at the show, I've experienced your tool. It's much easier to just sit down and actually walk through the tool with you to understand it. You'll start to it'll grow in your mind, and you'll see the capabilities. How can people get in touch with you, Joe Ben, if they're not here at the show this week? How can people get in touch with Adaptics to walk through this tool and see if maybe it's a fit for them?
Sure. Best way is probably to email info@adaptics.com. You can go to adaptics.com and see a page there. What we found is, from collateral pieces, it's not as dynamic as finding that opportunity to have a webinar and say, all right, what are your business needs? Because we're all about providing solutions, not just selling an application. We're not a software company. We backed into this because we were providing solutions. So if somebody is interested in that, I would recommend that they just contact us, contact me. We'll schedule a one-on-one webinar, a demo to walk through the site and let them see what it can do specifically for them.
That sounds great. Again, thanks so much for sitting down and for supporting us at the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.